Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
Azzi's making money thanks to the new CBA.
Incredible stuff.
Good
stuff.
Rookie contract. She is projected to make $500,000 this year, and just in comparison, Paige made $78,000 last year, and Caitlin Clark made $76,000.
Anytime we get workers getting paid what they're worth, I'm all for it.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies, take your fandom to the next level by becoming an MVP.
How long have you been an MVP?
Since day one.
Enjoy the great benefits of being a season ticket member. Pre-game MVP moments, including Autograph Alley, exclusive Grizz gear deals, access to member or MVP-only player events, and much more.
He's been an MVP for 22 years!
Become a Grizzlies MVP today.
From the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. We're at FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you didn't expect one of the lower-seeded road teams to win an NBA playoff game last night, because that didn't happen. Lakers down 2-0. Cavs down 2-0. NBA draft lottery is scheduled for Sunday. Bennett, could be a franchise-changing day for your Memphis Grizzlies. We'll talk about all of it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you in the next segment. Jessica Benson normally joins me on Fridays. She's out enjoying the world. Lang Whitaker is going to pop in studio. He's pulling double duty today. He was over in the big studio with CJ Hurt earlier. He'll pop in here, sit between me and Bennett. I'll chop it up with Lang. He'll join me in the next segment. Finish talking to him, take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, it's now official, the NCAA tournament is expanding to 76 teams. Interesting comments from Senior VP Dan Gavitt. I'll share them with you in about 45 minutes. Dan Hurley, the UConn coach, said yesterday that $14 million is now the minimum you need to build a contender in college basketball these days. Sucks to be poor. Sucks to be poor. We'll discuss that a little later on in the show. Goofy play in the Reds-Cubs games yesterday. You might see something like this in an 8-year-old baseball game, but you should never see something like this in the big leagues. We'll show it to you in just a bit. Meantime, in Cleveland, a Guardians fan tried to catch a ball while holding a beer. It did not go well for him or for the woman sitting next to him. We'll show you that. We'll do it in the third segment. And the WNBA season gets underway tonight. We get Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers on Saturday. Our Atlanta Dream, Bennett, in Minneapolis this weekend. We're going to get you ready for the season during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll do GP's Carryout, and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But I did want to start in the NBA because we have arrived. This is, right now, we're in it. This is day 21 of the 2026 NBA playoffs. We got here after 2 more games were played last night. 1 in Detroit, 1 in Oklahoma City. We've also arrived at Lottery Weekend. Let's talk about both.
Okay.
Starting with last night's games. Final score, Pistons 107, Cavs 97. So Detroit is up 2-0 in that best-of-7 series. Cade Cunningham was awesome again last night. You ain't going to believe who wasn't. Oh, James Harden. Poor James Harden.
Dude.
This dude just lives down to his reputation every single May. Took 13 shots last night, missed 10 of them, finished with only 10 points, had 4 turnovers. After averaging 23.6 points and 8 assists per game in the regular season, while shooting 46.6% from the field, James Harden is now averaging just 16 points and 5 assists, while shooting 32.1% from the field so far in the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Detroit Pistons. Bennett, it's good to see you on a Friday. Why is James Harden like this?
Well, I told you when they made that trade, I was like, this feels a little desperate. And I know that they had there was, obviously some reports that Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, maybe that just wasn't going well behind the scenes, and they had to move on from Darius Garland. That's fine, but it felt like a placeholder as opposed to like a solution to your problems.
If only because if your problem, let's just keep this as simple as we can keep it. If your problem is that you don't think you have a roster equipped to advance deep in the playoffs, or if that's at least among your problems, it's on the list of problems somewhere. How do you think you get to a point where you think the way to reasonably solve the problem we have now encountered is to add somebody who's sure will go into the Hall of Fame someday, but whose entire reputation is that when we get to this part of the year, he can't play no more.
Yeah, I mean, it's just That's
it. That's who he is. He will go down in history as one of the great one-on-one players who's ever lived. But, buddy, when you call it a best-of-7, he ain't in it anymore.
And I mean, he's one of the greatest regular season players of all time. Like, there is no doubt about that. You can't take that away from him. But playoffs, that is a different story.
Last night, I saw Nick Wright tweet this. It sounds like Nick Wright's got this stuff locked and loaded. Like he's got a file on it. Right. Like he's got a James Harden file somewhere in his MacBook. Yeah. And he's like, all right, let me get into the James Harden file. Nick tweeted this last night, that Game 2, Cavs Pistons, was the 182nd playoff game in James Harden's career. 182. And last night was the 36th time he's made 3 or fewer field goals in a playoff game. And last night was the 46th time he's had as many or more turnovers as made baskets.
It was also
in a playoff game.
It was also his 20th playoff game in which he shot 25% or less.
Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you do this? Like, it's clearly
a thing.
It's clearly a thing.
Yep.
I think some of it might be a mental thing. I think some of it might be, we all talk about how it's a different game in the playoffs and the defensive intensity ratchets up. And so, by definition, it is easier to score. What does he do? He scores. And sets up scorers. And it's, by definition, easier to do that when the defense is a little more lax in the regular season than it is in the postseason. But that still doesn't explain it all, because, that's true for everybody. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does not look like a different player when the playoffs start. You watch him in February, you watch him in May, he's doing the same things. Just as efficiently, just as well, just as impressively. Perhaps it frustrates you the way he does some of the things he does. We'll get to that. But he doesn't turn into somebody different. Most guys don't. Some guys do. James Harden is the face of it.
Yeah.
It would be like, it's just, think about this. I always try to put myself in situations and try to help myself better understand what that must be like, because obviously you and I can sit here and talk all day. We ain't never been an NBA player. We ain't never stepped on that court. We can't talk from that perspective. But you could always try to relate things back to your life. Imagine if this was a thing. I've got a job at CBS Sports. They like me. I've shown the ability to do some stuff. And, man, when they throw me on CBS Sports Network, pregame, Mountain West, halftime, we're on channel 221. Buddy, I'm in that studio. I'm just cooking. Everything I say sounds great. The way I say it, perfect. And they go, okay, let's put GP over here in the big CBS. Let's see what it sounds like when we're doing Michigan State. Let's put him in the big studio on big CBS right before 60 Minutes is coming on. And just suddenly, every time they did that, I couldn't talk anymore. It was like I looked the same. I got the same suit on, same tie on, but suddenly I can't do the job that I was just doing yesterday perfectly. But for some reason, when I walk into this studio and the audience is a little bigger and the lights are a little brighter, I can't do it anymore. I don't know why I can't complete a sentence, make a thought, but I can't do it anymore. That's who he is. Mm-hmm. He's great on CBS Sports Network, but you put him on big CBS, he can't do the job no more. Why is he like that?
It's hard to pinpoint it.
What would you do if you were like that? Because that's got to be a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, you are great at what you do. You got all the money in the world, but when you walk, like if I just do just type James Harden into Twitter right now, nothing good comes up. This man has hundreds of millions of dollars and will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Nothing good ever comes up if you Google his name in May.
Will he be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
A lot of All-Stars. Did he win MVP? Did Harden win MVP?
I think he might have won an MVP. Let's look at this. Hey, let's look this up real quick. Let's learn together.
I'm going to say yes, he did win an MVP.
MVP in 2018?
Yeah, I thought so.
MVP
with the Rockets?
MVP and an 11-time All-Star. That is first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
First ballot Hall of Famer, hundreds of millions of dollars. And yet when people think about you, you know what they think of? You can't play in the playoffs and you go to strip clubs all the time. That's you. That's who you are.
I don't know, man. I'm sure that bank account makes it a little easier to deal with.
I mean, if your point is it's easier to be super wealthy and disappointing as opposed to poor and disappointing, I agree. You could be out there broke as shit, also disappointing everybody in your life.
That sounds like me.
You could be broke, disappointing everybody in your life. I guess it's better to be wealthy, disappointing everybody in your life, but still disappointing everybody in your life every May.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's a tough life.
Yeah.
Game 3, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
No, this series is over, brother. This series is so over. It is over. I thought it was over when it started. It is over.
Imagine thinking James Harden is the secret to getting you to the next place you need to go in May.
It's tough.
He's the thing that prevents you from getting where you're trying to go in May.
They've also got a Donovan Mitchell problem too. Like he's awesome, but like there's rumblings.
Detroit does not have a Kate Cunningham problem.
They do not.
He's great.
Yeah,
he is great. And like, it's wild to say this about a former number 1 pick, but I think this is true. Better than I thought he would be, and I thought he should be the number 1 pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And he's better than I thought he would be.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He has reached stardom quicker and to a bigger degree than I would have anticipated after his 1 year at Oklahoma State. And I say that as somebody who thought that's the number 1 pick in the draft. But I didn't think he'd be this. Yeah. He's great. Like, he can carry a franchise to some, like, really good places.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's on the way to doing that. In the nightcap, final score, Thunder 125, Lakers 107. LA was actually up at the half. I stayed up and watched the whole thing.
I did too.
My wife was like, they're still playing basketball? I was like, yeah, they're still playing basketball. Stayed up and watched the whole thing. Probably a mistake. Lakers were up at the half. That was among the reasons I was like, I guess I need to keep my eyeballs on this thing. But then Oklahoma City outscored LA 36-22 in the third quarter, 32-27 in the fourth. So they won the second half by 19 points. And now they're up 2-0 heading into Game 3. J.J. Redick was upset with the refs, made that clear post-game. Austin Reeves called one of them the P word. Are the refs P words for how they officiate the Thunder?
So I think two things.
Are the officials P words?
I don't think that.
Austin Reeves said they were.
Yeah, I think two things can be true.
He said, you're a P. Called him a P.
I think two things can be true. I think that the Thunder are extremely frustrating to watch play. I think also the Lakers are being a little whiny here. I saw like the huddle they did with the refs at the end of the game. Like, what is that going to accomplish? You are not winning this series regardless. Like
the huddle is hilarious.
We all hate watching the Thunder play. Don't get it twisted. Like we all hate it. It is so annoying. There was another. I swear to God, it's so funny now because I've noticed this after Vernon played one the other day. After every Thunder playoff game, someone is doing a compilation of all the flopping, and it's hilarious.
It's outrageous.
It is absolutely outrageous. That doesn't mean they aren't awesome.
They're awesome floppers.
They're awesome floppers. Yeah. But again, are they winning because of the flopping? I'm not sure.
No, they're winning because they're awesome.
They're winning because they're
awesome.
But they're frustrating as hell to watch.
But they flop while they're winning.
Yes.
They flop while they're awesome. They are winning because they're awesome, but they also flop.
Yeah.
All of these things can be true. I just
can't stomach listen, I can stomach when any other franchise wants to go with the refs and get mad about how the Thunder are officiated. I just can't go there when it's the Lakers doing it.
It's just hilarious. It's just you get Austin Reeves is like there as like he's representing the team.
It really was. It was an Austin Reeves seminar. He has everyone huddled together. LeBron's standing there like, "You're right, Austin. You're right.
Yeah. Austin Reeves. It's like Austin Reeves approached the officials and said, "I am Austin Reeves. I'm here on behalf of the Los Angeles Lakers. We would like to take this moment to talk to you about the way you are officiating the Oklahoma City Thunder." And LeBron's like, "Yes, that's what we're here for. Yeah. We're here to talk to you about how you're officiating the Thunder." And the Thunder, if you go the camera cut,
they're all laughing.
They're just standing over there laughing, which I think this is, I don't know if anybody's going to beat the Thunder, but let me tell you who it's going to be. Somebody who will not bitch about everything they do.
Somebody who eventually gets under their skin.
You can't be so consumed with every little thing you're beat before you even show up. Like you walk onto the court talking about, I know we're not going to get a good whistle. Just go play. The team, you can't beat them. The team that is already in their own heads about them.
That's very true.
You can't. Hey, it's time to. You hear this in college basketball all the time from coaches. You cannot go to Cameron Indoor and complain about the whistle. The Cameron crazies are going to influence the officials. The officials are human. You're not going to get a good whistle there. If you're going to beat Duke at Duke, this is the cliche throughout college basketball. Here's what coaches tell you: if you're going to beat Duke at Duke, you better be about 10 points better than them. You got to really beat them. You can sit there and after the game and talk about we would have won if not for the refs, but that's a decades-long thing. The refs are going to be a thing you got to deal with in that building. It ain't going to work in your favor usually. You got to go beat them. Does no good to talk about it. Go play. Same thing with the Thunder. You can't keep complaining. They just every game leading into it, their opponents complaining about the whistle. Coming out of it, complaining about the whistle. And it doesn't mean that the complaints aren't valid in some cases. I'm just saying you are beating yourself.
Yeah, because I do. Some of the complaints are valid. Evidence being like all the coaches that play against them are doing it in the playoffs. They're all saying it. So obviously some of the complaints are valid. But to your point, it's just going to beat you.
And I understand working the officials through the media, but we've been doing this for multiple years now. People complaining about the way Shea plays, about the way they play. It ain't changing. He's excellent at what he does. He's going to get those calls. Talking about it, complaining about it, it just gets you distracted from what you should be focused on. If I were running the Spurs, and I think we're headed toward them, or the Timberwolves, either one. And the Timberwolves might be the ones where they'll just get in there and fight with you. They'll just get in there. Either one of that, coming out of that, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
The Western Conference Finals is going to be awesome.
I'm looking forward to cheering for one of those teams. Yes.
I'm looking forward to, if Minnesota gets there, just hearing Jaden McDaniels talk and just exist. But they'll show up and they'll complain. I'm not trying to say.
I want the Timberwolves because I want Jaden McDaniels versus SGA. I need that.
Anthony Edwards will with his mouth, and I'm sure Jaden McDaniels will with his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of it, you know what they'll do? They'll just show up and ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be all right. Let's go. All right, enough of that. Now let's go. The Lakers are too consumed with.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too in their head.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be in your head this much and properly position yourself to do what it is they think they're trying to do. Now they're down 2-0.
Everybody's mad about the Luka thing. Like it's bad.
It's just bad. You're going to go down 4-0, and then Luka gets healthy and see what happens with LeBron and look at next year. But this is where we are. Pistons up 2-0, Lakers up 2-0. Both of those teams will play game threes on Saturday. And then on Sunday, it's lottery day. You ready for the lottery?
I'm so ready.
It's lottery day.
I'm so ready. I'm so nervous. We need this more than ever. We need this more than ever, man.
We deserve it.
We deserve it. And I'm not even being greedy. Just get me in the top 4 to feel ecstatic. Get me in the top 6 to feel good. Anything outside of that, we'll see.
No matter what happens on Sunday, Grind City Media's Michael Wallace will be there in Chicago for the lottery and also for the combine. No matter what happens on Sunday, this is what I need you to remember. You're going to have 2 of the top 16 picks and 3 of the top 32. Nobody else going to have 3 of the top 32 based on where we're sitting today. 2 of the top 16, 3 of the top 32.
And flexibility.
Man, I love some flexibility.
Which underrated just because I do wonder if things don't go their way, if there's potential for something to happen to move up.
Sounds like you want to package the 16.
I don't know. I don't think nobody's trading outside of that top 4. Like nobody's trading outside of that.
I wouldn't say stuff like that.
I just do not see that. I don't see it. If we think this draft is so generational,
if you're telling me you've got a number 1 grade on Keaton Wagler and you know you can get him at 5, you would trade out of the top 4 for that. If you believe in that, I'm not saying you should believe in that, but that's the way you do it.
Yeah. So regardless of what happens, we will look towards the future and feel some level of excitement. I think.
I'm excited right now. You want to do a simulator?
Yeah. Let's sim. Yeah.
Let's sim. One sim.
I'm going to say that we're going to land comfortably at number 2.
Right now, the Grizzlies have the 6th best lottery odds heading into the lottery on Sunday at Tankathon. Right now, we will sim and see how it goes.
Go for it.
Let's go for it.
I'm going to say 2.
Your Memphis Grizzlies have just moved up to the 4th pick.
Okay.
In the 2026 draft. Bring me Caleb Wilson.
Great.
Bring me Caleb Wilson to 191 bill. Okay, let's go.
I'm not.
Could get a Cameron Boozer at 4.
I was going to say, that's not set in stone for me. I know who I'm taking at 1. Outside of that, I got to think a little bit. We got time to think. We just need to know where. We just need to know where we are.
This one sim that we just did has the Pacers picking 1st, Kings 2nd, Nets 3rd, Grizzlies 4th.
I'd be so stoked.
The Thunder all the way down at 12, but I saw you sent me one.
Could you imagine?
We just need to just fold it, just be done with the league if that happens on Sunday.
If
the Thunder win the lottery, which is
possible.
Yes.
It's certainly possible.
It is possible. Imagine the Thunder being undefeated in the postseason. They would be 7-0 on Sunday. Best record in the NBA, 7-0 in the postseason, and you just won the lottery. You're going to add A.J. DeBonsa to this.
It would be, frankly, catastrophic for the league. It would, because here's what would happen. It doesn't matter that you change the tanking rules. You're going to have maybe 10 teams that are going for it, and then the rest of the league is just going to be like, we don't care if we suck. We don't care that the odds are against us. We have no chance against that team. None. So we're just gonna keep sucking.
You just can't do it. It can't happen. It cannot happen.
It cannot happen.
It's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
I don't mean to just sit here and scream it's not fair.
I already defended the stupid whistle that they get. It's not fair.
They already get to foul you whenever they want.
Yeah, dude.
Now they get to AJ DeBonsa too.
No, it's
not right. They
already
already get to play by a totally different set of rules, and now they get AJ DeBonsa too. It's not fair. I don't mean to sound like my 9-year-old, but it's not fair.
We will protest.
That'll be the thing that finally gets us out in the streets to protest in this country.
Right, it will. That will unify the country, actually. Outside of Oklahoma, that will unify this country. It absolutely will. If they get the number 1 pick, buddy, we are protesting.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll take to the streets.
It can't happen.
I've been thinking about getting in the streets anyway.
Yeah, it can't happen.
I've had some things on my mind I felt like I needed to protest. But, man, my recliner's so comfortable.
Yeah, this moves up to top issue. They cannot be allowed to get number 1.
We'll figure out the healthcare system and gas prices later.
Right.
If the Oklahoma City Thunder win the lottery on Sunday night, we're in the streets Monday morning.
Absolutely.
It's time to bring about change to this country.
Yes.
We've lost our way. Mm-hmm. If we let the Thunder win the lottery as a country, we've lost our way.
Yes.
Lang Whitaker's up next.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Kevin Garnett returned to Minnesota. How awesome was this?
Look at this.
That's love right there.
When he walks in, and they brought him out of the tunnel. They're like, welcome back. They played like a tribute video.
That's the reason why guys like TA and them are here, bro.
This is the best.
You want to see the OGs back showing love.
It's the best. That is the best. Nothing has felt more wrong than Kevin Garnett not being a part of that.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Parrish Show presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio, and I'm joined now by Lang Whitaker, who's in studio, filling in for Jessica Benson on the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt this morning, and now you're hanging around the studio. Appreciate your time. Let's start with last night's game, then we'll get to the lottery. All right. Why is James Harden like that?
What do you mean, turning the ball over so much?
It's just
built for the postseason.
I watch basketball I watch basketball whenever it's on. So in November I watch and I'm like, man, James Harden's really good. Yeah. And then December I watch, I'm like, man, James Harden's really good. January, February, and then we get to May and I'm like, man, he can't play no more. Why does he not perform in the postseason? Because if he retired today, he would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a former MVP. Yeah. His career is amazing, and yet he's gonna be one of those players that is remembered for this kind of stuff as opposed to the MVP. More people will remember him as a playoff disappointment than as a actual most valuable player of the league.
He's had multiple lives, right? Think about when he was on that Oklahoma City Thunder team with Kevin Durant, with Russell Westbrook. They went to the NBA Finals. He was the sixth man of the year. Yeah. He was the sixth man. Led the NBA in assists that season. Was incredible off the bench as a facilitator and all that. And then he was the one who was like, I want to be the main guy. And he was the one who asked out. He got moved. I think people forget at the time his agent, Rob Pelinka, he asked out, gets out of OKC and goes to be the man. And then we see like part 2 of James Harden. Now my phone's ringing. We see part 2 of James Harden where he becomes the guy who kind of invented grifting. Yeah. And it's the guy who's like shooting threes and fadeaways and all this kind of stuff. That's when he becomes the MVP. The usage rate through the roof. James Harden, that's the James Harden number 2. And now we're kind of in like late model James Harden, where he's still sort of that second guy, but not quite as good as he used to be. And it's good enough to be like a 4 seed every year. And he can average 23 points a game and get to the free throw line some. But all those other deficiencies, I think, aren't covered up now by the incredible offense. Like, he was always a turnstile on defense. He still is. Right. But now, like, he's turning it over more than ever before. He can't score as much as he used to. And look, he's what's he in? It's like 15th season. Like, he's been around for a long time. Like, I think the expectation is that we still see MVP James Harden. I don't know if that guy exists anymore.
Well, it must be a hard question to answer when presented to you, and also a tough thing to look in the mirror and deal with, because there's no great explanation for, like, it's very easy to look at somebody who averages 8 minutes a game and you say, hey, why aren't you better at this thing? And they say, well, I don't know. I'm just not, you know, like this is who I am. This is my role. I'm lucky to be in the league and make this paycheck and get to stay in the same hotel as LeBron James. But this is who I am. When you look at James Harden, if you're having an honest conversation with him, you have to say, it's not that you can't do these amazing things. We watch you do them. Yeah. It's that you don't do them on this stage. You do them on this stage. Like, you can perform at Playhouse on the Square, but when we take you to the Orpheum or take you to Broadway,
you struggle.
Why? And I don't even know how you answer that.
There's also that brings up 2 things to me. Number one, if you think about it, that Oklahoma City team that went to the finals, I mean, Ibaka's out of the league, but the other guys, KD, Russ, Harden, they've all struggled to adjust at this point in their career. None of them are the same player they used to be, and they still kind of try to be that player. And we've seen it kind of publicly. They've all sort of struggled to find, how do I transition and how do I become part of this NBA now as this thing. As far as like why in this time of year Harden struggles, I mean, that also kind of gets to how the game changes in the postseason, and it's a lot more half court. Rotations are shortened. Like, Harden doesn't get to beat up against 8th, 9th guys on teams, you know, at the end of a first quarter when the other guys come out. So the stat padding's a little different, I think, from that standpoint too. I don't think it's that he's like he forgets how to play, right?
I do think there's a mental component to it, because I
think he's scared.
Not scared. I wouldn't even know how to put a word on it. It's just something. There's just something that happens to people. Like I'm not good at golf no matter who I'm playing with, but I notice a real difference in my head on the first tee box.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm playing with somebody I've never played with before, as opposed to if I'm playing with the dudes I play with every Sunday. Yeah. Like, if I'm on a tee box with Vernon, I'm not even thinking. I'm just like, you know, we're just talking, you put a tee in the ground, go. But if I'm playing with somebody I've never played with before, something sets in with me. I get over it pretty quickly. You remind yourself, like, none of this matters. We're just we're just old men out here spending a few hours. But I do think there's a mental component to sports, and he seems to struggle with it on this stage, because you are right. The game is different, and so points are harder to come by. Yeah. Everything's harder to come by in the postseason because you're being guarded differently, rotations, all the stuff you said. That's all true. But the numbers are dramatically different for him in a way that they're just not for other people. In other words, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is also being guarded differently right now, but he's the same dude. He's the same dude in May that he is in February. And for whatever reason, James Harden is rarely the same dude in May that he is in February.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That might be the flag on his career, right?
Like, I think it will be on some level.
He retires, and do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Easy.
Probably, yeah.
He's like an 11-time All-Star.
So he gets in the Hall of Fame, and people are like, hey, he was a great player.
But there's always going to be the but. There's always going to be the but.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's like, I grew up in Atlanta. Dominique Wilkins is my guy, and it's the same thing. Yeah. People are like, he was an incredible player. But he never won a title and never got past Jordan and Bird in the East. Right. Like, you know, it's the same for Harden in the West.
The late game last night.
That was a fun game.
Thunder go up 125, win at 125-107, and take a 2-0 lead. I think the stuff getting the attention is Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Going in on an official. The explanation I gather is that he just felt like the official said something to him that was wildly disrespectful.
Yeah.
He responded the way he responded. After the game, J.J. Redick criticizing the officials for the way the Thunder are officiated. Is it a real thing? Do the Thunder get a different whistle than everybody else?
Of course they do.
What can we do about it?
Nothing.
What do you think we'll solve first? The officiating problem connected to the Thunder or the issue in the Strait of Hormuz?
Maybe Strait of Hormuz.
Probably Strait of Hormuz.
It feels like that we at least got a detente there. Like I watched that game, the whole game last night, and that was actually a much better game than the final score indicates.
Yes.
Like the Lakers were ahead at halftime.
Yes.
There was a 4-point game in the fourth quarter. I mean, it was clearly unsustainable because the Lakers were that second quarter. They made every shot they took. And you're like, well, there's no way this keeps going. The Thunder is a good third quarter team. I think the Thunder shot 6 free throws in the first half. They shot 12 in the third quarter alone.
Right.
So that's going to balance out too.
That's called a halftime adjustment, I think.
Maybe by who? The officials? Because all of a sudden they shot a lot more free throws.
The officials went into the back and said, all right, we got to get this right.
Yeah, you kind of know. I do like that this is happening to the Lakers. It's happened to us. It's happened to every team in the NBA the last couple of years. It's happened to the Lakers now, and now it's become a conversation. Right. Now it's like a thing on social media. All the Laker fans are seeing what all the rest of us have seen for the last few years, and they're like, wait a minute. This isn't fair. Well, yeah, that's how it works. I pointed this out on Jessica's show this morning. The one thing I've seen on this Thunder team last night in the playoffs, I know they haven't lost a game. I don't see Caruso and Dort being unstoppable from the perimeter like they were last year in the playoffs. Like those dudes, you think back on the finals last year, the Western Conference Finals, like those guys made every 3-point shot. It felt like Dort throwing up those rainbows. Right. They get the open looks, and they made the shots. They're not making those right now. They're struggling a little bit. I don't know if it matters because the Thunder have a dozen really good players, and Mark Daigneault's really good at finding the right guy in the right moment.
Suddenly just Jared McCain's just coming in, banging home threes, and like going to make a TikTok. They got a TikToker coming off the bench just knocking down threes. What are you going to do with him?
Yeah. I mean, who again, hey, this guy's really good. You can just have him at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Just take him.
Yeah.
We don't need him.
Yeah.
Sixers could have definitely used him now against the Knicks. But they've got so many good players. They're like that's the stuff like you look at it as a fan, you're like, I get it. They're well constructed. These are good players. But then you see Chet last night rolling around like he got shot in the face. When he might have got a little bump on the chin, like that you see that and you're like, that's the part we don't like. Like clean that stuff up.
I concede the point that if everybody in the world is complaining about the way the Thunder are officiated, I don't want to be the one person in the world saying it's not true.
Yeah.
I do think this, though, and tell me what you make of this. I remember in the NCAA tournament, it became a big story that Houston was a 2 seed, but got to play in Houston for the Sweet 16 in the Elite 8.
All right.
And this was on Selection Sunday, something I talked about on the Eye on College Basketball pod. It was a big storyline connected to the bracket. Is it really fair that Houston, the way the story was going was Florida as the 1 seed and outright SEC champ might have to play Houston in Houston to go to the Final Four. Is that right? And we talked about that, and everybody talked about that. And I just remember, I think it was Illinois ended up actually playing Houston in Houston. And so perfectly natural question brought to Brad Underwood, the Illinois coach. So, Coach, now you're headed down to Houston to play Houston. What do you... Not an issue. We hadn't talked about it at all. It's a basketball game. He decided intentionally, this is not going to be something we talk about. It's not going to be something we think about. I don't want it in my players' heads. Mm-hmm. Could this be similar? Like, I think if I were a head coach right now going into a series against the Thunder, I would say, like, guys, it is what it is. Let's play basketball.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to get consumed with it because the Lakers right now seem more consumed with how the game's being called than in trying to do what it is they need to do to
I think the Lakers are going to win one of these games in LA. They're clearly figuring stuff out between game 1 and game 2. They solved some things. It was a lot closer than that final score indicates, at least for most of the game. They got a great Marcus Smart game in game 2. Like, I don't know if that's sustainable in game 3 and 4, but I think they figured out enough stuff that they're going to win one of these. Thunder are going to lose one of these games eventually. They're not going to shoot as well as they have. But think about when the Grizzlies last year played the 4 games against the Thunder, got killed in that first game. By the time the Ja game, they had a huge lead at the half.
They thought they'd figured whether they did figure things out or not, I don't know, but they thought they did.
They made some adjustments. I think you figured some stuff out, and I think the Lakers are going to do that against this team. The Lakers are too good to not do that. But officiating is the one, like the crowd's one thing, right? It's a home court advantage, I guess, for Houston, but it's not like it's like a regular season game added to their schedule and the fan, like if it's an NCAA tournament, right, the fans have the right to buy half the tickets if they want to. The officiating you can't control. Like that's the one thing. And you can tell these guys, hey, don't worry about it. And then when Shea flops last night, there was a play where he went in the lane, flopped and took out 2 guys. Took out one guy on the front end and another guy on the back end. No call. There's the Jalen Williams 3 last night where Jake LaRavia runs past him. Foul, Jake LaRavia. You're like, no, that wasn't. Like, those are the things I think that if you're a player, like as much as the coach is telling you don't worry about it, like it affects you.
I don't mean don't worry about it. I just mean like
play through it.
Hey, every minute, every second you're thinking about that is a second we're not focused on what we need to be focused on.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what I would mean. Like if it were my own kids and we were talking about something else, it'd be like, hey, that ain't changing.
Yeah.
You refocus on what you need to do. I feel like if you are consumed with every whistle, you've already lost.
I think fans fall into that trap. I do.
Right.
I know. Like, I mean, I'll look on the morning of a game and see who the referees are going to be. Like, especially Grizzlies games, I say, oh, we get this guy tonight. But when you shoot 12 free throws in a quarter, like it's hard to say like, well, we're just going to stick to the game plan. It's really more so though with Oklahoma City is that there's this disparity in those whistles where watch Lou Dort like hand fight LeBron every single play. Yeah. And then they called a foul on Hachimura just on setting a kind of a brush screen on, I forget who it was. Caruso went by him and he kind of or Chet just kind of patted him on the back, fouling. Like, that's the part that's tough.
Well, that is a thing more in college basketball than it is in the NBA, I think. Yeah. There's a real strategy in college basketball, too. They can't call everything.
Yeah.
So let's just do everything.
I think that's
what they can't call everything.
The Thunder stumbled on. Yes. I think 2 years ago or whenever they kind of started this run, and they're like, all right, well, we're just going to be so physical that you can still call us for 40 fouls in a game, but we're going to commit 80.
That's right.
And there's no way you're calling 80.
That is a real thing in college basketball that coaches know. You cannot call every foul.
Who? Which coaches know that?
I mean, Bob
names.
Huggins once upon a time. Right now, Dan Hurley.
Houston? Is that what Houston does?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Rick Barnes? I mean, they just fight you. It's a football game on a basketball court. And the idea is like the officials, even if they see – first possession, see the foul, call it. Next possession, see the foul, call it. Next possession, see the foul. Can I really blow this whistle again right now? Let this one go. Now you just let one go. Now you got away with something. That's the way that is college basketball. And I think the Thunder probably have tapped into that a little bit as well. Before I get you out of here, let's talk lottery. Sunday. Ping pong balls. We're hoping for the best. Big day for the franchise. Worst case scenario is still a good place to be.
Yeah.
But best case scenario is
a great place to be.
I mean, that's how you start selling tickets, and that's how you start. You get a new billboard up. Like you walk into the building every day and you see the faces out in the plaza.
It covers up my window.
Right.
But window of my office has the thing in front of it.
And you see those faces, and this just sort of occurs to me sometimes. Like, man, there's gonna that face ain't going to be here anymore. Yeah. Those faces are gone. We're going to have new faces to get excited about it. And like, I noticed this. I wonder if other people have gone through this. Like, my boys are Grizzlies fans, but they're NBA fans.
Yeah.
They play 2K, all that stuff, but they're Grizzlies fans, obviously. And for the first time ever, my middle guy, 12, asked me for a non-Grizzlies jersey. And I think they've reached a point
where
they don't have a favorite. Their favorites are either not here anymore or probably not going to be here anymore. And they just need something to grab onto. Like, they love Zach Edey and they love Cedric Howard, but their favorite, like their Doc Gooden, Darryl Strawberry is now gone.
Yeah.
And they are just looking for something else to grab onto. And Sunday will play a role.
Give them that guy. Yeah. It's hard to root for a jersey, right? It's hard to root for a logo. You need like somebody being exciting and doing things. And part of this opportunity, I think, is it gives you a young guy. Like
That's right.
For your 12-year-old, for my 13-year-old.
Yes.
It's a guy 6 years older than them.
In theory,
sure.
Sunday's going to happen. Then the draft is going to happen. And the hope is that the Grizzlies use their first pick on somebody who will be my little guy's favorite player throughout their high school years. That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. It's what we need.
And I think we're going to use those. We have 3 picks, right?
Yeah.
We have
3 of the top 32.
The lottery, 16 and 32. I think a trade occurs at some point with one of those or multiple of those picks. We got 3 first-round picks next year too, right? So something, I think, we've seen Zach Kleiman trade up every year.
Yes.
So I think something happens in that first round where we trade. Some trade happens with that. But I really feel like, yes, we can finish top 3. We could finish 8. We could finish we're going to finish top 10 no matter what.
Right.
There's great players there. Like we're going to get someone who's going to make a big impact on this franchise and on this city. I just don't know who that is.
No matter where the Grizzlies select with their first pick in the 2026 NBA draft, I am confident that a future All-Star will be on the board. Less confident that I have the ability to tell you exactly who it's going to be. I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try. But that person will exist. You just gotta find them.
Yeah.
Last thing, and then I'll get you going. I was on a Big 12 podcast this morning. And there's a lot of thought that the top 2 picks in this draft could come from the Big 12, A.J. DeBonsa and Darren Peterson. I was asked if the Grizzlies, specifically the Grizzlies, because I was in Memphis, they said, if the Grizzlies win the lottery, what do you do? And I said, I think it's A.J. DeBonsa, but I'm not ready to make that decision today. And they asked specifically about Darren Peterson, and I said, well, I think if you're the Wizards, maybe it's a different conversation than with the Grizzlies because we just been through a franchise player in street clothes too much. And that's just a hard thing to ask your fans to believe in, given the way Darren Peterson's freshman season unfolded at Kansas. I think he's got the highest ceiling, and I could easily envision him being the best prospect from a loaded draft. But for him to become that, it's got to be up here too. And DeAndre Ayton looks the part. But something does not click with him where he will never be what his talents suggest he should be. He'll make a lot of money. He'll start in playoff games, but he'll never be what his talent suggests he should be because it's just something here. I don't know if that's connected to Darren Peterson, but there's just a lot of things that happen at Kansas that make me question.
A lot of question marks.
It's not just cramping. It's like, hey, you've got flu-like symptoms. This is the one that gets me. It's Big Monday. It's Allen Fieldhouse. It's sold out. It's Kansas, Arizona. Arizona's undefeated, number 1 in the country. How are you not in that game? I don't love that. I just don't. I don't understand.
Does it bother you that his team won without him?
That bothers me less than that he took himself out of that game. I'm not debating whether he had
cramps or whatever.
No, whether he had
flu
what he
symptoms,
says he had, flu-like
yeah.
symptoms. I'll concede that point. You had flu-like symptoms.
This is your flu game.
I would get sick on the court before I took myself out of it an hour before tip-off. And that's just me.
I agree.
And I would rather, if I'm passing on A.J. DeBonsa and Cameron Boozer and Caleb Wilson, I don't want to have to wonder why you took yourself out of
it's also
that game.
We know the platonic ideal for all of us is Michael Jordan, right? Like, and we saw the flu game. We saw what you do when you have flu-like symptoms. You go out there and dominate and do your thing.
Or you know what? You go out there and you don't dominate.
Or at least try.
You at least try.
Yeah.
In the national championship game, Yaxel Lindenborg from Michigan was not very good.
Right, yeah.
He even said, I'm not very good.
Yeah.
You know what he also said? I'm
playing.
I am playing.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Dusty May, if you don't want me on this court, you're going to have to come get me.
Yeah.
But it will not be because I tell you I can't. That is the cramping. I can.
Yeah.
Whatever. Why did you think you couldn't play in that game? I don't know. That's the part that concerns me.
The thing I like about DeBanza too, like we kind of skip over him in all this conversation, was this is a dude who for years now has been looked at as one of the top prospects, whatever. Like he was awesome this year.
He led EYBL in scoring after his freshman year of high school. He led college basketball in scoring in his 1 year at BYU. If
he's met expectations. He's done what we've.
I mean, if you told me he's a 3-time scoring champ, that's not crazy. And and before I pass on a guy like that,
yes,
I have to know you're wired the right way.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's wired the right way.
But I feel like I know Debanza is.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Well, it's at the same time, roughly, that Peterson is literally taking himself out of games for reasons that are confusing to some. Debanza's on television, because I think this stuff's important, and he's playing 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And when they asked him about it, he said, if I got to play, he said, I don't know if I should be playing 40 minutes, but if that's what I have to do for us to win, that is what I will do for us to win. I like that
I do too.
more than I like the other thing.
Yeah.
Ping pong balls on Sunday. Hopefully on Monday we're talking about
we'll be
good
doing
stuff.
it.
And we're
doing something Monday.
We're launching Draft Podcast.
The draft board breakdown.
The draft board breakdown. Just like last year, Lang and I will be doing roughly 10 episodes.
I think so, yeah.
Roughly 10 episodes heading into the draft starting on Monday afternoon. So I look forward to that. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
And I'll see you on Monday. Lang Whitaker here on the Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South. When we come back, turn our attention. College basketball, it's official. NCAA tournament is expanding from 68 to 76 teams. Interesting comments from Senior VP Dan Gavitt. I'll tell you the flaw with his statement. We'll do that next. Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org.
Kevin Garnett returned to Minnesota. How awesome was this? Look at this.
That's love right there.
When he walks in, and they brought him out of the tunnel. They're like, welcome back. They played like a tribute video.
That's the reason why guys like TA and them are here, bro.
This is the best.
You want to see the OGs back showing love.
It's the best. That is the best. Nothing has felt more wrong than Kevin Garnett not being a part of that.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. And that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will Take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
It's now official. The NCAA tournament is expanding from 68 to 76. All the votes that you needed to get that done, they were done yesterday after it was completed. Dan Gavitt, senior VP, who more or less runs the NCAA tournament, jumped on a conference call, and among other things, he said this, quote, "I believe the decision to expand the basketball championship's field size is a wise and proactive measure to meet the current and future needs of NCAA schools and conferences without reducing the value and importance of the regular season and conference tournaments." End quote. Here's the problem. Dan Gavitt is a good man, smart guy. But when you are asked to defend something that's indefensible, you end up just sounding ridiculous. And here's a scenario where Dan Gavitt, good man, just sounds ridiculous. "I believe the decision to expand the basketball championship's field size is a wise and proactive measure to meet the current and future needs of NCAA schools and conferences without reducing the value and importance of the regular season and conference tournaments." You cannot expand the NCAA tournament without reducing the value of the regular season. That's part of it. That's baked into it. Once you decide to expand the NCAA tournament, you are by definition reducing the value of the regular season. So you cannot stand up and then say, look what we're doing. We're expanding the tournament without reducing the value of the regular season. No, that's not what you're doing. That's not true. That's a lie. You might believe it, but it's not true. And if I were talking to Dan, I'd say, you're smart enough. I know you don't believe that. I know you're just saying what you think you got to say. But logically, that makes no sense. Major League Baseball, when they expand the playoffs, it does reduce the importance of the regular season. Once upon a time, you had the National League East and the National League West, the American League East, the American League West. You had to win one of those things to make the playoffs. That's it. There were 4 teams in the playoffs. That's what you had. You expand the playoffs. Now you don't have to win the National League East or the National League West. Oh, by the way, now there's a National League Central. You can win that. Oh, you don't even have to win it. You could just, finish second, be a wild card. You could finish third and be a wild card. You ready for that? You could finish 4th in your division and be a wild card. When you do that, what have you done? Reduced the importance of the regular season. Same thing here. I understand why they did what they did. They want to create more seats at the table for totally average / mediocre SEC and Big Ten schools. That's the motivation for this. Yes, they'll make more money from television networks. That plays a role. Just say that. Just say we want a bigger tournament because we want more power conference teams in it, and we like making money, and this is a way to generate more money. Just say that, and I'll just say, okay, I got it. I still think it's a net negative for the sport, but at least you're telling the truth. When you say things like, we figured out a way to expand the tournament without reducing the value of the regular season, you're not telling me the truth anymore. You did not figure that out. Mm-hmm. You did not figure that out because it's not something that can be figured out. The second you expand a postseason, you reduce the importance of a regular season. That's in basically any sport, including men's basketball.
Number 2.
Dan Hurley said yesterday that he believes right now, if you want to compete for a national championship in the sport of men's basketball, you better have about $14 million you can spend on a roster every year.
Interesting.
Minimum $14 million. If you ain't got that kind of money, you ain't really playing for the same things that Duke and Michigan and UConn are trying to play for. $14 million. If you want to know why Memphis is fighting with UAB over JUCO prospects and having a hard time adding any players that move the needle in any sort of meaningful way, it's because power conference schools are out there spending $14 million minimum to try to compete for a national championship, and Memphis simply does not have that kind of money to spend.
Yeah, I saw Penny was on with our friend Wolo, and he said he actually put a number on it. He said $7 million to win the AAC or the American, and $10 million to compete for a Sweet 16, which that kind of checks with what he's saying there. Yeah,
I mean, like, you're going to have multiple rosters this season that are above $20 million, and Dan Hurley is telling you that if you're trying to win a national championship, you better be comfortable spending at least $14 million on a roster. And this is problematic. You ready for this? For the Tigers, obviously. Also not great for the Grizzlies as it pertains to this particular draft. You want to know why? When it is just sort of understood in college basketball that you need to spend $14, $15 million minimum at the power conference level to compete for national championships and stuff like that, then everybody's throwing around lots of money.
Yeah.
So for the Tigers, it makes it more difficult because you're just getting outspent by people that didn't used to even try to outspend you, either because the rules prevented it or they didn't care enough. Now you're getting outspent by them. There was a time where Memphis could reasonably walk into basically any living room and recruit against the Mississippi States and the Ole Misses and feel comfortable doing that. Right now, you're at a real disadvantage trying to do that. That's how much the sport has changed. So this type of development, a bare minimum roster at the power conference level costing $14 million if you're trying to compete, it's a problem for the Tigers because you don't have that kind of money to spend, and now everybody is at the power conference level is spending, or at least lots of people are spending that kind of money. You can't compete with that. Now you are asking prospects to come play in an inferior league, probably for less money. Good luck. It's hard. So it's a problem for the Tigers in that regard. It's just the gap is widening. And for the Grizzlies, you're holding the 16th pick in the draft. In a different era, without all this money flying around, guess who might be available at 16? Braylon Mullins. But because Dan Hurley's throwing around $15, $20 million, he's back at UConn.
Yeah.
Thomas Houck at Florida. Ruben Chinyulu.
Do we know what Braylon's making?
I'd say $4 million, something like that.
And a late first round is like 2.5.
Yeah.
The first year.
Yeah. Right now, unless you're a top 10 pick, you can probably make more money making yourself available to colleges. And so a lot of players who otherwise would be in this draft and available at 16 are not going to be in this draft because they're staying in college and making millions of dollars. And so for every one of those on the fence, middle of the first round prospects on the fence who decides to go back to college for a lot of money, that is a player that otherwise would be available to you who isn't going to be there, or a player who would otherwise be taken by somebody else in front of you who then leaves somebody else available for you at 16. The draft will be strong, but by definition weaker than it would have been if you had a Braylon Mullins in it, a Thomas Houck in it. And it's this type of money flying around that makes it what it is.
Number 3.
Reds-Cubs game yesterday. Did you see this?
What's going on?
Okay, so it's just a normal daytime baseball game at Wrigley. No big deal.
I'm going to see the Cubs this year, by the way, I believe.
In Baltimore?
Yeah, we're going to be there when they have a series against the Cubs.
Well, you tell my old friend Michael Conforto I said hello.
Got you.
Okay.
Yep.
So Cubs-Reds, just a normal daytime baseball game at Wrigley. And bases loaded. And less than 2 outs. Ball hit the third. Let's just watch it, and then you'll see if you can pick up on what happened here. Let's watch this goofy play from the Reds-Cubs game yesterday.
Now, 1-1. Bounce to third, handled by Hayes. Hit the bag. It's a tag at the plate. He's got a tag. He's saved. No. And then out signaled at third. The run comes in. Hayes hit the bag, and Stevenson didn't realize there was no force at the plate. He stepped on the plate thinking he could force out Ian Happ, but he scores because it was a tag play.
Watch this.
Oh, it's
Boom, step on the bag, at which point you don't have a fourth play at home anymore. Catcher, the only person at Wrigley who didn't seem to understand that. That's like, if that happens tomorrow morning in my 9-year-old's baseball game,
you have to tag the runner.
The coaches will yell at a 9-year-old and say, "What are you doing? You got to pay attention, stay focused." Like, that is basic baseball stuff. How does that happen?
That's tough.
Like, you're a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like in basketball for people who don't follow baseball. It's just a brain fart. It's just calling a timeout in basketball when you don't have one. Right. It's just When you see your third baseman step on third, you've got to make that tag. And it's not even a close play. It's just an easy tag. And you don't make it. You don't even attempt it because you're not paying attention. Got to stay focused. It's what we tell 9-year-old baseballs every single game. Got to stay focused. Got to know where your outs are. Got to know where your outs are. Hey, if the ball's hit to you, where are you going with it? These are normal 9-year-old conversations. I don't know why you have to have them with the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
But apparently you do.
That NL Central's interesting. Every team's above 500.
I don't even watch baseball anymore.
My team sucks too.
I'm done.
Man, I remember when I was like, we're kind of hanging around. We're talking to you a few weeks ago, and they've lost 6 of 8. It's over.
I have decided. Tell me if this is okay. I've decided I'm not going to care until they make me care again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like I was talking about wrestling. Like I'm out the game a little bit because I view wrestling as a television show. I don't view it as a sport. I view it as a television show. And it got to a point where the television show didn't interest me anymore.
Yeah.
Just like Ozark. So I just stopped watching Ozark, and I just stopped watching wrestling. I might start rewatching it someday, but I'm not going to watch it out of habit. You gotta win me over. I ain't just going to be here out of responsibility.
They lost me. I do my I watch like the first couple weeks of the season because they'll typically do like the free MLB package the first, and so I'm like, okay, let me see how I think this is gonna go, and then I might just buy the package for the rest of the season. They've lost me. They're not getting my money.
Well, I got the package, but they don't get my eyeballs. This is I decided.
Maybe get your login again.
I get it too. You can have it. I don't even use it.
The last one you gave me doesn't work.
Did I change it or something?
You might have changed it.
I don't know.
Yeah. I should probably talk about this off air, but
I mean, I give you whatever logins I got.
I know.
Whatever I got. Hey,
the old one didn't work.
What's mine is yours.
Thank you.
All right, I'll give you my login. I don't even use. So I made a choice. I am not going to sit down and watch Mets games until they're like get it to 5 games under 500.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and watch a 10-game under 500 baseball thing. You get hot, get back to a place where you can make me think, well, maybe there's a chance. And then I'll be there for you. But I'm not going to watch a bad TV show. Right now, the Mets are a bad TV show. I don't even watch baseball anymore. But at least, I guess at least I'm not a Reds fan. With the Mets, there's some hope.
Yeah.
We'll spend another $350 million next year, and there's some hope.
Bottom of their division, they're above 500. That's crazy.
The Reds, there's never any hope. You're just going to always be bad.
Number 4.
Elsewhere in baseball. Oh, we had a buddy in the crowd at Cleveland Guardians game. He's got a beer in one hand, sees a foul ball coming, decides he's going to give it his best shot. Look at this fella. I don't think you can.
Up at the ballpark.
That's a beer.
Oh, no.
That's
slosh.
That's beer to the face.
God.
That is, hey, baby, you want to go to a baseball game today? You want to go watch the Guardians today?
And then he sits down.
Hey, baby, let me pour my beer in your face.
Dude, go get your wife a towel. What's wrong with you?
Get your wife a towel, man. It's the least you can do.
Like, she'll be all right.
You gonna?
That's terrible, man.
That is terrible.
That's really pathetic.
Cover your wife's face like that. Can't even get her a towel.
That is actually like that.
That's the least a gentleman could do.
That is a fear.
Grab the towel.
That is a fear of mine.
What is the fear?
The fear.
Be more specific.
Being at a baseball game and not catching a foul ball.
Oh,
like it just like going right through your hand. Like this is just. That's the biggest nightmare of all time. Not only did you not catch it, but you slosh your beer all over your wife and you went viral. Like that's terrible. That is as bad as it gets.
My biggest nightmare is carjacking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. You ever think about that? What would you do?
If I was getting carjacked?
Yeah, I think about that sometimes. What would I do? What would you do?
I mean, I got an idea.
Oh, you would.
What?
You reach under the seat.
I might.
You do you care?
You
got a gun in your car right now,
dude.
Could you shoot?
No, just don't try to steal my car.
But could you shoot me? Could you go to your car and get a gun and shoot me today if you wanted to?
I would never do that.
I know. I'm not asking if you. I'm just saying, could you?
No.
Okay.
I could not.
Okay. I don't have a gun underneath my seat, so I don't know what I would do. I can't shoot you. I think sometimes, like, what would I do if I got carjacked? What would I do? I don't know what I would do. I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
I think I would just gun it. I think I would just try to get out of there.
Get
right?
out of there, yeah. Get out of there.
Sounds like a good way to get shot in the back of the head, though.
Yeah. So it's that like the one that I see a lot.
Do you think if I just said, "Hey, Take my car, bro. Take whatever you want. Take wallet, car. And
I don't think anyone's taken a Tesla. Like, those are pretty easy to track, right?
You would think so.
Can't you just shut the thing down?
I think, yeah. Like,
can't you just turn it off? Like, they get like a mile down the road and you just turn it off.
I think I could just turn it off. Yeah. I think you could take my car and I could just get in my phone and turn it off. Be like, hey, you can't take my car.
I don't think that's
so. Maybe I'm safe.
I think you're good.
Maybe I'm safe.
I'm screwed. Yeah.
But I was gonna try to reason with the carjacker. Like, hey, listen, if you want my car, you can have it. I am not your problem.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the easiest carjacking of your life. Take it.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave me alone. Just take it.
Yeah.
I'll get another one of these.
I got you.
Do you think I can reason with a carjacker, or should I just try to drive away real fast?
I'd probably try to drive away real fast. Yeah, I'd just floor it. I think that's the safest bet right there.
All right. Anyway, that's my nightmare. Your nightmare is spilling a beer in your wife's face.
Is that so the one that I see sometimes because I'm at all these games is, man, I don't think I could ever sit front row like at an NBA game because of my fear. Like, dude, when people get hit with the basketball and don't catch it and then they spill their drinks on themselves, oh,
I would definitely be the person who's just not paying attention. Like, if you ever see me on TV getting hit by a ball at a game, it'll be because I just was not paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, I just was not paying attention.
Dude,
I don't pay attention a lot.
That's just rough. That's rough. That one was as bad as it gets, though. Like,
I mean, you gotta at least do. You shouldn't attempt to do one thing and mess up multiple things.
Yeah, like
that's called hustling backwards, I think.
Yeah, at that point, just drop your whole beer on your wife and just two-hand that thing.
Either get the ball or keep your beer in the cup.
Yeah.
But to miss the ball and put the beer in your wife's face.
Yeah. And that's forever. That was in slow motion, dude.
Yeah, that was in slow motion.
Slow motion. Like, that is forever.
Your wife's going to have to hear about that for the rest of her life.
Yeah. Remember what you did to me at the baseball game? Remember when you dragged me to that stupid baseball game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never again.
Never again.
Number 5.
The WNBA season gets underway tonight.
Sure does.
And then tomorrow, we get the Fever and the Wings on ABC. That's Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers. Do you have WNBA fever?
I actually kind of do.
Our Atlanta Dream are opening.
Yes.
In Minneapolis tomorrow at Target Center.
Projected playoff team. Angel Reese, one of the favorites, I believe, at least to be Defensive Player of the Year. She's going to compete for it this year.
She's one of the favorites to shoot 15% from the field.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm locked into this fandom, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. I might buy the Angel Reeboks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was listening to an interview with Christine Brennan the other day for some reason or another, and they were discussing the WNBA. Like, Caitlin Clark's arrival, and then it just boomed, and then last year just kind of happened, and all the momentum that the league had seemed to just like pause in the absence of Caitlin Clark. Do you know how much television ratings went down for the WNBA last year? And there's only one explanation for it.
Her being out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they lost more than half of their television audience as a league just by her not being involved.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see like what the parity is in that league this year, because like they're kind of in a similar spot to the NBA, where like the NBA right now, everybody's looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder like, God, they're just inevitable. It's kind of the same thing with the Aces right now, right? Like Asia Wilson is favored again to win MVP. Like it's a weird spot.
I can't speak to it like that.
Yeah.
I just, the point Christine Brennan was making is that there is no league in this world.
Yeah.
That relies on one person as much as the sport of women's basketball relies on one person to make people pay attention. The only comp for it, do you know what the comp is? Of our lives, she said there's really only two comps for it in any sort of meaningful way.
I mean, I guess, would you say Michael Jordan? No.
Because like Michael Jordan can retire and we're still watching the NBA.
We're still watching the NBA. Oh God!
It's Tiger Woods.
Tiger.
It's Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tiger.
Is Tiger Woods?
And is the other one individual sport?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
It's just like Mike Tyson made boxing matter.
Yeah.
Made other boxers matter. You paid attention to everything. You've paid attention to if Mike Tyson was involved, it was a big deal. And if he wasn't, it kind of wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And like Caitlin Clark is that. Patrick Mahomes is not that. Patrick Mahomes is amazing.
But it wouldn't matter.
He could disappear and it would not matter. He could disappear. Just Patrick Mahomes announces his retirement. It does not matter. The NFL you'll see no change in anything that matters. In the NBA, you can lose LeBron, you can lose Steph, you can lose whoever you want to lose. Like, it will still be what it is. The WNBA is not that. You lose Caitlin Clark, you lose your audience, you lose your eyeballs. Like, I'm sure there were other amazing women playing in that league forever. Nobody even looked at it in any sort of meaningful way until she got here. And then she was here for 1 year, amazing, and then just missed all of last season.
Yeah.
And it was out of sight, out of mind. But hopefully that changes this year, and they're launching it, very intentionally. Noon, ABC, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd, all on the same court. That's a good way to launch the season this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be good. The Fever are currently number 4 in the ESPN preseason power rankings, behind the number 3 Atlanta Dream.
We have a top 3 team?
Yeah, the projected playoff team. Everybody, like all these on this like preseason power ranking thing, they all got the Dream in the playoffs.
All right, well, I'm proud of Renee Montgomery then.
I know, man.
She looks like she's built a contender
It's
down
time to
there in
lock in.
Atlanta.
Can we get a T-shirt?
Yeah, I think we can get whatever we want.
Can you ask her if we can get a T-shirt?
We can go game. You want to go to the game? We can go to the game. We sit in the owner's box. Whatever you want to do.
Well, that's the reason I wanted to latch onto them, because that's like realistic. Like if this becomes really real, then like we can just go to a game.
My coworker is a co-owner.
Yeah, dude. Let's lock in.
Let's lock in.
We got a projected good team heading into this season. Let's lock in.
I'm locked in right now. I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. WNBA starts tonight. Be back with Carriot.
AZ's making money thanks to the new CBA.
Incredible stuff.
Good
stuff.
Rookie contract. She is projected to make $500,000 this year, and just in comparison, Paige made $78,000 last year, and Caitlin Clark made $76,000.
Anytime we get workers getting paid what they're worth, I'm all for it.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Get ready, Grizzlies fans. It is time for the Surfside Can Shuffle. Can you keep up with the cans and find Mac the Crab?
Grizzlies, take your fandom to the next level by becoming an MVP.
How long have you been an MVP? Since day one.
Enjoy the great benefits of being a season ticket member. Pre-game MVP moments, including Autograph Alley, exclusive Grizz Gear deals, access to member or MVP-only player events, and much more.
He's been an MVP for 22 years!
Become a Grizzlies MVP today.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
191 Collabs, presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners, is coming back for the 2026-27 season, and the Grizzlies are looking for the next lineup of Memphis creators to design limited edition Grizz garments in their signature style. Take your vision from the drawing board to the team store. Apply today. To see Grizz Nation rock your designs next season, you can do that at grizzlies.com/191collabs. That's grizzlies.com/191collabs. Let's do carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Well, we got more Diana Rossini news.
What?
I mean...
No, we don't.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's a new thing.
I thought we were done after the boat.
Man, I tell you something I've learned about this whole Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini story is if you ever going to get caught up in something like this, it is best not to have like 15 years of you just talking on camera because you really talk yourself into some tight spots. So, first off, TMZ had video yesterday of her and Mike Vrabel on the boat, and she is very pregnant.
Yeah.
Like that's...
It's insane that folks just like sit on that stuff. I mean, that was years ago.
People don't even think about it. You probably don't even think of. Just don't even think. Remember that time I saw Mike Vrabel? Probably didn't even know Diana Rossini was there. Probably didn't even know who that pregnant woman was. That's probably what it was.
Oh, it's just Mike Vrabel. There's the coach. Yeah, let's get a video. And
and you don't even. And then this all thing blows up, and you're like, hey, remember? I would assume this is exactly how this happens.
Yeah.
Because if you remember yesterday, TMZ had the boat contract.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the video.
Right.
Then the video came later.
Right.
I would assume this is how that happens. Somebody's like,
wait, I got a video of that.
Hold up. Remember? We were there that day.
Yes.
Remember, we saw Mike Vrabel I got the video. Remember, I got the video.
And then you contact TMZ and they're like, I'll give you, $1,000.
Well, then you watch the video and you're like, holy shit, there she is.
Yeah.
That's her. And she's pregnant. Like, oh. And then boom, you sell it to TMZ.
Yeah.
So we got that. I mean, she looks 7 months pregnant. It's just weird.
It's wild, yeah.
Okay. Then somebody finds this old clip. She was doing like a Family Feud thing with the Barstool guys.
Okay.
And well, I'll just here. Imagine you're her husband. Just stop there. I mean, good luck. I don't even know how you keep a gun out of your mouth at this point.
Tough, yeah.
And then somebody goes, "Oh, hey, did you ever see this one?" And this is what you already been through it. And now you got to watch this. Watch this.
Okay, Diana, what is something you might close your eyes to do?
When you have sex with your husband or wife.
Again, this is from Family Feud Kids, but yes.
She answered it. Yep. She answered it. It's done. That's the
it's
one.
It's done.
No,
you have to take the answer.
No.
That was a quick answer, too.
How does your head even go there? If somebody asks you something you might do with your eyes closed.
Sleep. Like, that was a quick answer.
How does your head even go there? Like, what? Sleep. The answer, Diana, is sleep.
Sleep.
You don't use this to take another shot at your husband.
Woo.
The whole internet is just filled with her taking shots at her husband. And then we find out it's because she's on a boat with Mike Vrabel all the time.
That was a quick answer.
Name something you might do with your eyes closed. Have sex with your husband. What are you doing? Which, by the way, fine. Close your eyes, whatever. But why is that what you thought of?
Yeah, that's not your first thought on Family Feud. It can't be.
Well, she's got the other clip out there where she's like, I don't post a lot about my husband because he's just a normal guy. He's just an average guy. If I was dating somebody who was more than average, maybe I'd post about him all the time. Like that clip's out there. There's another clip where she's like, you got to understand, Mike Vrabel, he's a big man. He's a big, intimidating presence. So she's talking about how big and intimidating Mike Vrabel is on camera. And then when she talks about you, she's talking about I need to keep my eyes closed. And then you find out, bro.
It's tough.
And at some point, who knows what the truth is, but if you don't think they have already had a screaming match about, is this even really my kid? If you don't think they've had that screaming match.
Man. My God, this is just.
What were you 7 months pregnant with our child? But you're on a boat with the football coach?
This is just too scandalous.
If you don't think they've already had that screaming match, you out of your mind.
This is just too much for me.
He has already looked at her and said, how do I even know our kid is my kid? The kid's 5, by the way. I do know somebody who raised a kid that wasn't theirs.
Oh my God.
For a few years and then found out it wasn't theirs and just like clocked out. I do know that.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Tough spot. Tough spot.
Yeah, that is.
Anyway, we'll see what happens this weekend. I'm sure something.
I would assume that there would be something else.
I read an interview with a crisis management person. You know, somebody who like you hire them when you like, you know. Like Tiger Woods hires them
Remember Brad had to talk to somebody that time because everybody thought there was like some viral video of someone being racist and someone said it was Brad. You remember that?
I have a vague memory of that.
So that was a wild 24 hours at the station.
I have a vague memory
It was
of that.
clearly not him, but somebody said it, and then some people just took off with it online for like a day.
So this crisis specialist, like this is the person like Tiger Woods has to hire this person every time he wrecks a car, right? This person said this has now become their initial hope was if the world moves fast, everybody will just move on.
Yeah.
But people are not moving on because neither one of these people have stood up and like said it.
Right, and the clips, finding the old clips,
Yeah,
like people are just
it's a game.
digging.
It's a game now.
People want to find the next clip.
It's
like
a scavenger hunt.
Right.
It's a scavenger hunt now.
Yeah.
All right. And so this PR crisis person was like, this will not move on for either one of them until they take accountability in some form. Like really just fall on it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say I need to. Don't say I've had hard conversations with my family. You got to take it to a different place. This is what this crisis person was saying. You at some point, neither one will be able to move on professionally. Personally, like that's a whole nother deal. But we're just talking about professionally. How can you just get back to some semblance of a normal life? And this person was like, it's not going to happen for them. Everything they do publicly will be attached to this until they actually take it to a new place themselves. If they're waiting for this to just blow over, that will not. And there's like some real thought now, like it's getting to a place where Vrabel's job could, like, at some point, it just becomes too much, and you're just like,
interesting because this is just interesting because it's the same city. The Ime Udoka thing was that somebody that worked in the organization?
That was the story.
Yes, and so that's why that got him because it's like inappropriate in the workplace.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's the story at least.
Yeah, this is just obviously inappropriate for her because of the journalistic integrity, the whole thing. But for him, it's just like having an affair with someone that has nothing to do with the Patriots.
It's just an embarrassing situation.
Right.
In theory, it should not impact his job the way it was so clearly going to impact her job. But there's some thought now. You know, I'm just reading like everybody else, but there's some thought now, like at some point, it just becomes too messy. Like too messy. Like I saw somebody tweet this yesterday. If there's a picture of him kissing a pregnant Diana Rossini on that boat, somebody said, I bet he can't recover from that one.
Interesting.
Like that visual would be hard for him to recover from, is what this person was suggesting. I don't know whether that's true or not, but on the day all this breaks, I would have told you I don't think Vrabel's in trouble at home. I don't think he's in trouble at work, but he might be in trouble at work if this thing keeps moving the direction it just keeps moving. He might be in trouble at work.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be back here on Monday.
Wow.
Yep.
What's today's biggest game?
Going to the NBA, Target Center, Spurs and Timberwolves, 8:30 tonight on Prime Video.
Oh, man.
Wemby, 4.5-point favorite on the road. Totals 216.5. How you going to act?
I feel like I'm spotting some funny business going on.
Funny business?
It's game 3. Minnesota's already split the series. I know they got blasted in the last one, but the Spurs are 4.5-point favorites. Game 3 is always good for the home team. Game 3 is typically, that's the spot for the home team to get a win.
Unless your point guard gets clipped on the way to the basket.
Correct. That's correct. So why are the Spurs 4.5-point favorites? That's the funny business.
I think the answer is Victor Wembanyama. I think that's the answer you're looking for. Why are the Spurs 4.5-point favorites? Victor Wembanyama would be your answer.
I want the Timberwolves. That my heart says Timberwolves. I think I'm going to go Spurs here.
Okay.
Because I think this is funny business.
Then it's spot and funny business. Game 3 funny business in downtown Minneapolis. Then it says take the Spurs, lay the points. Wemby, 8:30 tonight, Prime Video.
What are we watching on TV?
Do you want to try SmackDown? Do you want to try SmackDown? Live tonight from Jacksonville. Backlash is set for tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Backlash is tomorrow.
Who's fighting?
Roman Reigns, the OTC.
Uh-huh.
Jacob Fatu.
I'm actually down for that.
It's Roman Reigns against Jacob Fatu.
I'm going to watch that. Now, is it at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, it starts at 5, I think.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, we can Backlash at night.
Backlash at night.
I like the Backlash at night.
Yeah, when they start throwing around those noon and 2 o'clock
I do not want to watch wrestling at noon.
Bro, I don't.
No.
I'm not programmed for that.
No, it needs to be dark.
Yes.
Man,
it needs to be dark outside.
If I see the OTC on my TV and I want to look out my window and see the moon.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to see the sun. All right.
I can get down with this.
All right. SmackDown tonight.
I wonder if Solo's going to get involved.
Oh, tomorrow night we also get Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Care about that?
Oh, yeah. That's a revenge matchup. Sure. I love Rollins.
Okay. SmackDown tonight, 7 o'clock, USA Network. Backlash.
I might watch that. I'm in on Backlash, though.
Yeah, I think I'm out on SmackDown.
I'm good on SmackDown. It's the go-home show before the pay-per-views. Come on.
Wemby can get my focus tonight. Wemby will get my attention tonight. And then we'll turn on Backlash tomorrow, and we'll see if we can regenerate some wrestling love. I'm skeptical.
What's the best thing we've read?
David Cobb put together the first ever 76-team bracket over at CBSSports.com yesterday. And do you know where he has your Memphis Tigers? No, where he doesn't have them. One bid league, the American. He's got Wichita State.
Wow.
As the representative from the American as a 10 seed. So, if you want to see David Cobb's first attempt at doing a 76-team bracket, you can find it on the college basketball page, CBSSports.com. His projected 1 seeds right now, Florida, Duke, Michigan, and Illinois.
What's going on this weekend?
Oh, man, what do you mean what's going on this weekend?
Massive implications.
Hey, this could change our franchise, could change our city.
Yeah.
Sunday could change our city.
Dude, it's been 25 years. We need that number 1 pick.
Only franchise in the NBA that's never had the number 1 pick and never played in the NBA Finals.
It's time.
We can't change both of those things on Sunday, but we can change one of those things on Sunday.
It just makes everything easy. You get the number 1 pick. We all know we're drafting AJ number 1, and we party all summer. We party all summer.
I would love to party all summer.
Yes, it would be so good,
man.
And then we can think about like 16. And what's the other one? 31, 32. What? Where are we picking?
1. We're gonna pick first.
Yeah, we're gonna pick first.
And then 16th, and then 32nd,
and then 32. Yeah, man. Like I'm trying to think about 16, and I don't even want to think about the top one. Let's just get 1 and be done with it.
All right.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal. Our franchise changes on Sunday.
Come on.
Our city changes on Sunday.
It's got to. It's got to.
And then we're going to party all summer, you say?
We will party all summer.
Man, I've been wanting to do that.
Yeah, we will party all summer.
I used to party all summer.
I want to party all summer.
I have summers like that under my belt. I could tell you about some summers where I partied all summer. And I thought the days were probably behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought my summer parties were done.
Yeah.
But what you're telling me is we can win this lottery on Sunday and then party all summer.
Yeah, man.
Dig that. I would like that.
I'd love that. It'd be so good.
Can't wait to party all summer. I'm going to need to get in a little better shape, I think.
Me too.
Yeah. But can't wait to party all summer.
Be good.
Enjoy your weekend, man.
You too.
I'm going to try. We will meet back here Monday at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.